Man, I just don't know. Like, I was gonna make this video, and just, and anticipating making this video, I knew, when I make this video and I put it on the channel, I knew that there was gonna be some people who were going to, debate with me and still, try to hate on Kirk Cousins and not just him, but just our team. Because when you hate on Kirk Cousins, that's what you're doing. You're hating on our team. But I didn't even get to make this video yet. I didn't even get to turn this camera on and start talking and then upload the video for this to already happen. Already, I've had, someone, Elaine or whoever, comment on my last video and already start downplaying what Kirk Cousins and our team just did to the New Orleans Saints. Now, I mean, we talked, we had a few comments back and forth, and he seems, somewhat respectful, and it's nothing, like out of animosity or whatever. And that's what this channel is here to do, is to debate and talk back and forth. But how did I know? Like it was quicker. It was quicker than I thought, Just when I thought we were making progress here on this channel and as Redskins fans, I thought we were making progress in the right direction, where I believe I've been the entire time, which is, getting behind our players and rallying behind our players. It seems like now it's just even faster. Before I even have a chance to make another video about the Redskins, I already have people hitting me up on previous videos, already trying to downplay and hate, basically, on our players. It's mind-boggling, man. But let me get into it. So if you're new here, this is the Redskins Review. I'm your host, B Militant. I run another YouTube channel. That's why my name's B Militant. It's B Militant over there. But yeah, I make weekly videos about the Redskins and their performance, and we all get to come here and talk together. You guys can tell me I'm wrong, or you can agree with me. That's what this is here for. As long as it doesn't get out of hand, it's completely fine. I mean, if you think I'm wrong and you want to let me know, that's what we're here to do. There's no hard feelings, But so let's get into the game against the New Orleans Saints, which was great, and I think it was expected. Maybe the score wasn't exactly to be expected, and not the score that we have, but the score that the Saints have. Let me start. We gotta start with the quarterback. Gotta start with Kirk Cousins. He went 20 out of 25, 324 yards, 4 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions. He did have a ball tipped or whatever, and it was intercepted, but there was a pass interference holding call on that play, so it got called back. Kirk Cousins is the first quarterback this season in the NFL to have a perfect 158 point something passer rating. Just another accolade to Kirk Cousins' growth. Our offense finally got the run game going again. Matt Jones made history pretty much again. He caught 3 passes, the only 3 passes that were thrown to him by Kirk Cousins. He caught all 3, and he went 131 yards and a touchdown. That is the most receiving yards NFL running back has had since 1962. But yeah, overall, it was a great game. Another thing, that's probably going to go even more underlooked than what Kirk Cousins and the offense did, racking up the score, was the lack of score that the New Orleans Saints had. Going into our game Sunday, the Saints actually had the best scoring offense in the NFL. Second would be the New England Patriots, who we held to 27 points when they scored averagely over 30. So our defense did good against them, and we held the number 1 scoring offense to 14 points, which is there's no more explaining it. It's good. our defense is coming around, and it's really a good surprise. And we had a lot of guys back in there. Culliver, he was still playing. He played last week, but he looked much better. To be honest, from last game and the rest of the season since the beginning up until now, I like Chris Culliver, and I like what he brings to our defense, the mentality, but I really wasn't seeing too much out of Chris Culliver this year, to be honest. But it might be because of his injuries and whatnot, because last game we just played, he looked much better. But yeah, finally he's coming around. Our entire defense. D'Angelo Hall is out there playing, if I remember correctly. So we got a lot of guys back, and a lot of guys stepping up. Again, need to say Kaishan Jarrett, man, our new guys. That's why no matter how many, if you guys want to sit here and hate on the Redskins and hate on our team and say we're only 4-5 and we're not the best team out there. But you have to look at our draft. Look at this year's draft and who we drafted, and look what they've done with our new GM. And we have Kaishan Jarrett stepping up. I just told you what Matt Jones has done. I mean, when we get all these guys who are immediate impacts right away when we draft them, compared to years before, it's exciting to see where our team's going to go in the future when our GM has more drafts like this. Jamison Crowder had his first touchdown. It was a big day, man. A lot of it, like I said, our guys are stepping up, man. And I bet, for a lot of you guys at the beginning of the game, I'm sure you guys were silenced pretty early in this game. And this is why. Right off the bat, we got into like a 3rd and 2 situation or something like that. And for all you naysayers, Kirk can't throw the deep ball and this and that, he just tossed that bitch up perfectly. What a throw to Deshaun Jackson over on the sideline. Perfect throw. And you know what? Deshaun Jackson hurt his little hamstring again, and is that Kirk Cousins' fault, huh? It's Kirk Cousins' fault that they weren't on the same page. That's so ridiculous that people would say things like that. Oh, Kirk Cousins hurt Deshaun Jackson and hurt his hamstring and this or that. Kirk Cousins just could not have thrown a better pass, lobbed it right into his hands, and he was holding his hamstring afterwards, man. It's just Deshaun Jackson, and it sucks. If I'm not mistaken, he wasn't that bad. He still played and all that. But just for all those people out there who, A, thought Kirk Cousins can't throw the ball downfield, and B, the people who even are more crazy and thought that Deshaun Jackson got hurt because Kirk Cousins overthrew the ball or something. And then, hey, what happens when Kirk underthrows the ball and it's intercepted? Then people are going to be like, it's just a round and round circle. But I'm glad that, I'm hoping that we all can come together and realize that our team is improving and showing progress. I also saw an article that Rob Ryan, the defensive coach for the New Orleans Saints, is about to be fired over what we just did to them. I mean, yes, this was coming. Their defense is obviously one of the worst in the NFL, and he's the leader of it. He's the play caller for them. But it's just that much better when we're the ones that put the nail in that coffin. 500 plus yards of offense. And it's. This game shows us the potential of what our team can do when our run game, Alfred Morris, is going again. When our run game shows up, now look, when our run game shows up, look at the numbers Kirk Cousins has put up, man. He looks like a good NFL quarterback, and you cannot dispute it. Now, when they shut down our run game, does Kirk Cousins struggle a little bit more? Obviously. But hey, guess what? He's not Peyton Manning throwing 17 interceptions already this year. One of the greatest quarterbacks to ever live. He's not Andrew Luck getting hurt, can't even play. He's not Joe Flacco, who's some people think is a good quarterback. I think he's a rather average quarterback that used to be on a good team. But Joe Flacco's not playing as well as Kirk Cousins. Jameis Winston's not playing as good as Kirk Cousins. Jameis Winston was rated. Andrew Luck was rated the highest coming out of the draft by the scouts, and look at him, he's not even on the field. Jameis Winston was rated second highest coming out of the draft by scouts, higher than RG3 was rated, and look at him, he's not playing as good as Kirk Cousins. I mean, come on, man, if you guys have not lightened up just a little bit on Kirk, it's crazy, man. The discrepancies in Kirk's game is getting better each week, and I don't want to make this the Kirk Cousins show. I don't want to talk about this 24/7, you know. I don't, but it has to be talked about because that's what everyone is talking about. Everyone, if I come on here, like I said, I already had a comment saying that, oh, the only reason Kirk did this was because it was against the Saints defense. You know what? I don't care, man. I don't care. This is the NFL. This is the top. If you are a player in the NFL, you are the top tier echelon of players in the world. It doesn't matter. All 32 teams, they are to not be underestimated. They are professionals, and just because they are one of the worst in the NFL doesn't mean they still aren't professionals. I don't know, man, but I'm just glad we got the win. Hopefully we can shock the Panthers. I think we can. But it's gonna depend on the run game. Again, it's gonna depend on the run game. Just like we could beat the Falcons, just like we could have beaten the Patriots if we had the run game show up and we had people catch the ball. I think we could have played with the Patriots. I think we could have either beat them or at least shocked everybody at how well we did. But obviously the drops were there. The run game wasn't, you know, as you know what it should be like we had in this game. But also we do need to throw more deep passes. But it's opening up, man. It's opening up as soon as we get the run game going or we take some deep shots. It's gonna open everything up, man. And when that works, our offense, led by Kirk Cousins, and you know our run game, our offensive line looked good. I mean, Kirk. And another thing I want to add in here, man. Kirk Cousins, if you didn't watch the game, he definitely got banged up a few times. He took some shots, all right. And what does this man do? He gets up off the ground and acted like nothing fucking happens, dude. And you know, I don't want to sit here and be one of those people who keeps bringing up RG3 and this and that, but this is one of the things that, you know, as you guys know, this isn't a secret. I love RG3. RG3 is a great person. He's a good quarterback at running what he wants. You know, his scheme. He's good at it, and I'll never forget what he's done for our team. But the thing is, like, RG3 is somewhat a diva, man. He's somewhat a diva when he gets hit, when he goes to the ground. Maybe he's just not built for the NFL. I don't know. But I went to the Detroit Lions game where he got the concussion in preseason, and I was at the game in 2012 when we beat the Ravens and RG3 got hurt then. Every time I go to a game, it seems like I saw RG3 laying on the ground, dude, and he just lays there forever. And I honestly, when I was at that game against Detroit this year, and he was laying on the ground, he was on the ground for a long time. I don't know if you guys really understood, like maybe they didn't really show it that much on TV, if you watched it on TV. He was on the ground for a while, dude. I honestly thought maybe, you know, he tore his ACL again. I thought maybe his career might have been over, dude. But that's what this is my point. Like I said, I know this is like, I'm banging into your guys' heads, and a lot of people are doing the same thing, and I don't want to do this every week, but... And I'm not trying to, you know, bring up RG3. I'm not trying to sit here and make this the Kirk Cousins show. But until everyone lays off of these guys, and like, it's going to be. We have to acknowledge this, and we have to talk about it. But Kirk Cousins took those shots, dude, and he got right the fuck up off the ground, and he went and threw more touchdown passes, and he's fired up, man. He's not the same Kirk Cousins as old, where he's like. When you see him, he's not the Kirk Cousins that you see in the interviews where he's so calm and whatever, and you think, hey, this guy isn't fired up. He's not a guy who can lead the offense and you know, after the whole you like that thing, and even before then on a touchdown pass or two, you could see him start opening up, man. You could see him start like realizing, clicking, like, hey, I can do this. It's a good thing to see. I think our team is on the up. We've already won the same amount of games that we did last year, and out of the next few games, I'm pretty sure we're going to win another one. I'm not trying to jinx us, but I think we have the potential to win another game this season. That means we are improving as a football team from last year. We have a new coach from, came in last year, and we're implementing things, and you guys, I mean, I feel like I'm insulting your intelligence to sit here and say, like, if you just watch, if you watch the game, you can see the progression. You can see it. Something that we weren't doing in the past few years, where we were digressing. It's plain and simple. We're on the up, and our team is looking brighter, and it has something to do with Kirk Cousins, and it has something to do with Matt Jones. It has a lot of stuff to do with all the guys we just drafted. Our offensive line is playing great. Morgan Moses was a great pickup. Even though he didn't really play last year, things are coming around, and I honestly think it's going to be the Giants that we're going to have to beat in the NFC East, and then no one else is going to touch us. I don't think the Eagles are going to do anything. We just saw Sam Bradford is the same Bradford we thought he was. He's going to get hurt. He's going to come out of the game. And then guess what? Mark Sanchez is the same guy who we thought he is. He came into the game through an interception in the end zone to lose the game. The Eagles are not going to threaten us. It's going to be the Giants. So we have to worry about the Giants. Cowboys, we may lose 1 out of 2 to them. But, it doesn't matter. I think we're going to win both. I think we have the potential to win all of our divisional games, but it's going to be the Giants. It's going to come down to the Giants. And then I just was watching First Take, and Stephen A. Smith and they were on there sitting there downplaying. They were downplaying what the Redskins just did, man, and they sound like a lot of you guys, man, and they're gonna figure out, dude. They were on there saying, the Giants, even though they lost, they still seem to be the front runner in the NFC East. And yeah, the Redskins beat the Saints, but you look at their defense. Their defense is one of the worst. But they didn't say anything about the Saints' offense being the best. And our defense held them to 14 points. They didn't mention anything about it. So they're going to be caught off guard, just like a lot of you fans out there who think we don't have a shot in the NFC East.